Good evening, everyone. Yeah, we can give it up. Thank you. At this time, I ask that everyone assembled please rise and join Class President Rachel Davidson in a salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Almost every school day this past year at Joseph Case High School, Rachel Davidson has led this community in the salute to the flag. Tonight was her final appearance in that capacity. Good evening to all faculty, family, friends, as well as our future graduates of the Joseph Case High School class of 2019. I noticed a pause from the audience. Should we be festive? Will we be in trouble if we woo and clap? No, my friends, tonight is an evening of wooing and clapping for those. Or as we say at Joseph Case High School, we put our shoulders back, our chin a little high, and we say, that's right. That's how we do things here on School Street. My name is Brian McCann. I'm principal of Joseph Case High School, and I'm a proud graduate of Joseph Case High School, class of 1980. I'd like to welcome some of our dignitaries from the educational community, in addition to some of the presenters we'll be meeting for the next couple of hours. First of all, our superintendent of schools, Mr. John Robidoux. Our assistant superintendent, Ms. Elizabeth White. Our current chair of the Swansea School Committee, Mr. Eric Graham. Our assistant chair of the Swansea School Committee and last week's parade marshal of the Memorial Day Parade. That's really big in Swansea. There we go. Jimmy Cavallo. Our assistant principal, the hardest working man at Joseph Case High School, Mr. Chris Costa. From our guidance suite, we have our Director of Guidance, Mrs. Karen Fisher. Mrs. Pat Cronin, who has sent me 737 emails this week about tonight's event here, our administrative assistant in the guidance office, Pat Cronin. Finally, from the Joseph Case High School Scholarship Trust, Mr. Robert Horn. Like many of you, I have a son who is graduating high school this weekend as well. His graduation is tomorrow night. So I think that we, the parents and families over here, we share a common bond, meaning we have checked the weather every day, multiple times during the day. No lie, I wake up last night at 2:30 in the morning. Don't know why, but I woke up, I'm like, oh, I don't have to get up for a couple hours. I think I'll just check the weather. I don't know on that iPhone weather app. What's with that, huh? It's sunny 1 minute, 15 minutes late, the clouds, and there's the rain. I got so sick of it on the bus up to Six Flags, I just put a senior in charge of the weather. I did that last year when we had awesome weather, so I thought, we'll go for 2 here. So Ava Schuenot, if there's any problems, it's all on her. She did say that the weather was a little sketchy today, but no, Christopher Coster, I did tell you he was the hardest working man in Swansea. He had his really fancy iPhone. I have like the low class one. He has a fancy iPhone, and he pulled it out for a 1 o'clock Sunday, nothing at 0 sun. Right, bring your sunblock here. That's great. So I'm officially not worrying about weather, which really means I'm only about 80% nervous now. But if anyone is interested in finding me, I'll be at 7 a.m. Mass St. Dominic's on Sunday morning with an extra round of prayers for good weather here. But anyway, so I'm a parent just like you, and it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time, and this is an exciting evening because it is an evening about thanks. It's an evening about thanks. We are so grateful for this cohort of young adults the class of 2019. So we take some time to give thanks by honoring some of their accomplishments over the past 4 years, and particularly some of the highlights of their senior year. They are so grateful, though they will never admit it to your face, that you're here to support them. So they are thankful for your presence. I would even think they're thankful for some of their teachers that are here as well to support them and say, hey, good job over the past couple years. And that's what a good, vibrant, healthy community does. We celebrate together, and it hasn't been all sunshine and lollipops these past 4 years, but it's been pretty good. And we're here tonight to give thanks. So it's about thanks and good weather on Sunday, absolutely. It gives me great pleasure at this time to introduce one of our, the leader of our school district who coordinated for our second year this year, our senior stroll where we went through the junior high and different elementary schools today. And what do? We gave thanks. And they thanked us for being part of their lives for a few years. So let's put our hands together and offer a hearty round of applause for our superintendent of schools, Mr. John Robidoux.
Thank you. Good evening. Hang on, I gotta put my eyeballs on. All right. So tonight isn't about what I have to say as your superintendent. It's not about what Mr. McCann has to say as your principal. Tonight, it's about a celebration of all of you and all of your accomplishments. So I really wasn't sure what I was going to talk about to you guys tonight, and which is why Mrs. Cronin's been badgering me, okay, maybe nudging me a little bit, about getting her my speech to get in this book today, and she didn't get it till this afternoon. And the reason was because when I was reflecting today, and I said, what should I talk about tonight at the class night? And Mr. McCann alluded to it, the senior stroll that we did today, I think is something I want to kind of celebrate a little bit today, and I think it's a good analogy for the journey that you have all taken. So today we did our second annual senior stroll. Many of you put on your caps and gowns and boarded the school buses to visit the junior high school and elementary schools that you had attended when you were younger. This is a big deal. I know it may not seem like it now, because when you reflect later and you think about all the students that witnessed you walking through the halls of the school and graduating seniors, I hope you'll see the impact that has made. I heard many of you recounting stories of being on the playground, losing a tooth, witnessing a deer outside the classroom window, finding your handprints on the walls at Luther School from when you were fifth graders getting ready to go to the junior high. That was really cool to witness. The memories recounted, the ones I heard and overheard and listened to, were all positive ones. So as superintendent of schools, that makes me very proud. I was proud to hear all the positive comments that were made. As Mr. McCann alluded to, it's not always sunshine and lollipops, but everything I heard today was positive, and I think that was great. That made me happy as we went through all the schools. As you walk through the halls of the schools, all the students got to see the prize that's at the end of the road that culminates here at Joseph Case High School. You saw the signs of encouragement they were holding. You received all the high fives. The little high fives are so cute. And you witnessed all the cheering and celebration of what you have achieved. This is a big deal. It's a really big deal. Riding the bus today and participating in the senior stroll really solidified for me the sense of community that we've built here in Swansea Public Schools. To see how the wide-eyed, excited early elementary school students and the, yeah, this is pretty cool, middle school students responded to the big seniors was something special. The fact that all of the students, staff, and administrators came out of their classrooms and took the time out of their day to show how proud they are of each of you is truly remarkable. Know that you have made a difference. You will move on from Swansea Public Schools on Sunday, hopefully under sunny skies, and I know that you are well prepared to take the next steps in your lives. I encourage you to take those steps with both confidence and humility, and I encourage you to keep making a difference. Congratulations, Cardinals. Be well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Superintendent Robidoux. The Case High Chorus, under the direction of Amy Hubbard, will present to us the traditional Case High Alma Mater by Ruth B. Eddy, followed by a song specifically selected for this class. And that song is called Remember Me. And Remember Me will be featuring 3 seniors, Abigail Beaudry, Abby DeRozier, and Dorian Grant. Many thanks to the K-Side Chorus, and how appropriate the song is, especially in light of our senior stroll this morning here. The song does set the stage for our awards presentation to the class of 2019 as we look at their past accomplishments as well as their promise for the future. Helping me to present our first award is our Science Department Chair, Mr. Peter Brock.
Thank you all for coming. I have two awards to present tonight. The first is the E. Sheldon Smith III Memorial Science Award. Each year, the Science Department staff selects one member of the senior class that best exemplifies the brilliance in and passion for the sciences that were demonstrated by our late Science Department head, Mr. E. Sheldon Smith. This award is granted to a student who challenged the difficult science courses with a curiosity and extraordinary ability. This year's recipient of the E. Sheldon Smith Memorial Science Award is Zachary Miranda. The second science award is the Women in Science Award. The Science Department staff is pleased to make this special award. Its purpose is to recognize that senior woman who has pursued excellence in the sciences and who intends to make a science her career. Outstanding achievement in the sciences is the primary criterion for this award. This year's recipient of the Women in Science Award is Madison Medeiros.
Helping me to present the Mathematics Award is our Math Department Chair, Mr. Frank Murphy.
Before I present this award, just want to say that the class of 2019, that was a rough ride mathematically, wasn't it? I'm joking. It was a very strong class, and it was very difficult to identify one student that deserved this award. But after a lot of deliberation, the mathematics department decided that the award should go to the most enthusiastic of the strongest math students, and that is Rachel Davidson. Okay, now the recipients of the Math Team Award to our world champion math team. That was another bad joke, I'm sorry. The recipients are Henning Anderson, Jillian Beaupre, Rylan Costa, Kyle Furtado, Jonathan Gadry, Nathaniel Keegley, Zach Miranda, Jen Rodricks, Rebecca Rodricks, and Jenna Zhang.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. It's my great pleasure to present to you the Department Chair of World Languages, Dr. Kim Silva.
Good evening. I have to agree with Mr. Murphy that it's very, very difficult to select students. We have 2 awards, one for Portuguese, one for Spanish. The Portuguese award is presented to the senior student who has demonstrated a very special interest in Portuguese culture and who has developed the ability to communicate fluently in Portuguese language. That award goes to Kyle Furtado. The next award is the Spanish Award. This year it is presented to the senior student who has demonstrated a very special interest in Spanish culture as well, and who has demonstrated academic excellence in Spanish. That goes to Annabelle Paiva.
To present the Computer Science Award, Mr. Tommy Whalen.
This year, the award for Outstanding Computer Science Student Award is being awarded to 2 promising individuals. These students have 3 years of computer science courses achieved and have had A's in all of them. They have demonstrated a special ability in computer science and are dedicated, hard workers. These individuals richly deserve this special recognition. And I've been very fortunate to teach these kids since 8th grade, and I couldn't be more proud of Chris Ferreira and Kyle Furtado.
It's my pleasure to present to you the English Department Chair, Ms. Beth Ann Botello.
Good evening. The first award I have to present is the Professional Writing Award for excellence in creative writing and journalism. This goes to the editor of The Cardinal, Stephanie Baxter. Thank you. Our second award is the English Award. The English Award is presented to the student who has a record of excellence in the discipline, who has achieved outstanding test scores in national exams, who demonstrates a talent for literary analysis, and who is an accomplished expository writer. This award is presented to Rachel Davidson.
Thank you.
Okay. Our next series of awards are for our capstone project that all of our seniors complete throughout the course of their entire senior year. So our first award is for the most creative. That award goes to Hannah Badger. Our second award is for the most authentic capstone relating to real life lessons. That award goes to Veronica Costa. Our third award is for Best Performance, and that goes to Elisa Fieldhauser and Chloe Bebo. Our third award is for Sensational, and this award goes to Gina Rounds. Our next award is for Technology, and this award goes to Connor Hickson. The next award is for Overall Outstanding. This award goes to Abby DeRosiers. The next award is for the Most Notable Video. This award goes to Gabriella Bello and Abigail Damaris.
Thank you.
Okay. The next award is for Engaging, and this award goes to Rachel Davidson.
Thank you.
The next award is for the Best Overall Capstone. This award goes to Zachary Barreo. We also have a series of honorable mentions. Our honorable mentions go to Kyle Furtado, Ty Kudo, Madison Medeiros, Abigail Beaudry,
Here we go. Give it right here, Abby.
and Milton Davis. And then we have a group of inaugural recipients, and this goes to Zachary Barreo, Rylan Costa, Rachel Davidson, Sydney Greenlee, Connor Hickson, Holly Paquette, Samantha Rigo, and Jeremy Rocha. Thank you.
Okay. So let's have the inaugural group please on stage at this time. Zachary Barreo, Rylan Costa, Rachel Davidson, Sydney Greenlee, Connor Hickson, Holly Paquette, Samantha Rigo, and Jeremy Rocha. There we go. Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There we go. Zachary, congratulations. Mr. Rylan Costa, congratulations. Use my super arms, yeah. Mr. Hickson, congratulations. Samantha Rigo, congratulations.
Thank you.
And here he is, Jeremy Rocha. All good? Okay. Please help me welcome our History Department Chair, Mr. Adam Parmigiano.
This award is given to a senior who has achieved the most outstanding record in the study of history and social sciences, and the student who's loved history more than any other student I've ever had in 15 years, Mr. Samuel Chaves.
Gives me great pleasure to present our district system-wide coordinator for art, Mrs. Janet Blair.
Good evening. I have some very exciting news. I just heard about it before I arrived here this evening that from the Attleboro Arts Museum that Joseph Case High School has won the People's Choice Award for the High Art. All right. The recipient of this year's Art Award goes to a student with profoundly creative gifts, especially in illustration. He found ways to employ his talents in visual design, human anatomy and physiology, digital media, project-based media, PDP, and even a sculpture class at Bristol Community College. This gentleman jumps in boldly to art challenges, and it always brings a unique perspective to his work. I was also blessed with his insights for 4 years in my advisory group. Next year, he plans to continue his art studies at Bristol Community College. We are pleased to present this art award to Devin Vincent Belial. I think he's excited. I think he's happy.
I wondered who was going to get the big fancy wrapped award up there. When I walked in this auditorium, my eye went right to that sparkly paper, and I thought, who is going to be the lucky person? And it's Devin Belial. That's awesome. Back to present to us the high school's Woodworking Achievement Award, Mr. Thomas Whalen.
Alrighty. So this award is given to a senior in woodworking who exemplifies the best in conduct, effort, skill, and performance. So on behalf of Mr. Trudeau, I'm presenting the award to Ryan Simons, and Isaac Tucker.
It doesn't look like they're here tonight. Okay, we'll get them to them. Awesome, thank you. Very good. Mr. Frank Murphy to present the outstanding business student.
So to the only two students who managed not to get all jammed up in Mr. Abruzzi's class, Lauren Resendiz and Dylan Tibitot.
Helping me to present our Child Care Awards is the department head in health, Mr. Jeffrey Hetu.
All right. This award is for outstanding achievement in the field of early childhood education. The recipient possesses the knowledge, skills, and personal qualities needed to foster the development of young children. Her academic achievement, responsible behavior, and knowledge of appropriate practice have led her to her success and the success of the preschool students. The recipient is Cassandra Stimson. All right. The Child Care Scholarship award tonight. Each year, one student who has expressed a desire to pursue a career in early childhood education, elementary education, or family and consumer sciences is chosen to receive a scholarship. This student must also display evidence of academic excellence, strong moral character, and active participation in extracurricular activities and/or community service. This year's recipient goes to Abigail Boudry. All right.
I love anyone who dances to the stage and then takes a deep curtsy. That's awesome. Our next award are the Honor Bowl Awards for academic competition. A certificate is awarded to members of the Joseph Case High School Honor Bowl. The recipients are Henning Anderson, Zachary Barreo, Samuel Chase, Rylan Costa, Rachel Davidson, Nathaniel Kigley, Madison Medeiros, and Zachary Miranda. Oh, here we go. Henning, awesome. Congratulations. Zachary, congratulations. Thank you. Samuel, congratulations. Good, very good. Rylan, congratulations. There we go. Miss Rick, congratulations. Nathaniel. I know, I need another arm. Also. Yeah. You're not Madison. Zachary. Whoops. Our next award is from the Massachusetts Secondary Schools Administrator Association Student Achievement Award. The Massachusetts Secondary School Administrators Association Student Achievement Award is given this year to the Joseph Case High School senior who has exhibited tremendous academic, social, and personal accomplishment during the past 4 years. This year's honoree has had a positive impact at Joseph Case High School as well as our community. I'd like to present to you our class president, Ms. Rachel Davidson. Our final academic award is the Mock Trial Team. The Case High Mock Trial Team competes in the Massachusetts Bar Association Mock Trial Tournament, acting as attorneys and witnesses. Senior members of the Mock Trial Team, please come forward. Zachary Barreo, Gabriella Bello, Samuel Chase, and Matthew Oliveira. Oh, you're going out of ABC order. You're tricky. There we go, Matthew. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. Very good. Gabriella. Congratulations. And here he is, Mr. Samuel Chase. Here we go. Helping me to present our first scholarship of the evening are Andrew Chase and Sarah Chase. The Raymond J. Chase Memorial Fund. This fund was set up in memory of Raymond J. Chase Sr., who was a very patient, gentle, and brave man. Like many other Chases throughout the history of Swansea, he proudly served his family, his God, and our country as a veteran in the Army in World War II. Ray, or Red as he was called by friends because of his red hair, enjoyed watching and playing all sports, collecting sports cards, enjoying dessert nightly, and spending time with his family. Ray worked several jobs at a time, including being a custodian at Joseph Case Junior High School to raise his 2 boys and 3 girls. Ray would smile and be proud knowing that a student will be receiving a scholarship in his memory. He never asked for anything and always gave everything. Helping me to present the Raymond J. Chase Memorial Scholarship are Mr. Chase's grandson, Andrew Chase, and his granddaughter, Sarah Chase. This year's recipient is Rachel Davidson. Congratulations. Thank you. Oh, there's one more. All right. Because we have the Ann Chase Scholarship here. The Ann Chase was a very caring, compassionate, and selfless woman. By trade, she was an administrative assistant, but she is better known as being a passionate advocate, volunteer, and voice for the disabled and handicapped. Ann was a caring mother of 5, including a daughter with special needs that she cared to until the age of 90. Ann was often seen at a local store or yard sale where she would be buying something for someone else. Many people benefited from her gifts and food she baked or cooked for them. A longtime volunteer with Special Olympics led her to create a group called PSN, which stands for People for Special Needs. Her lifetime advocacy to help others is her legacy, and she'd be happy knowing she's continuing to help someone today. Again, her grandchildren, Andrew and Sarah, will help me to present an award of Ann C. Chase to Zachary Miranda. Very good, thank you. Congratulations. Helping me to present our next scholarship is Mr. Raymond Walsh. The Marine Corps League Scholarship. The Lance Corporal John J. Van Guysen, Detachment 1285 of the Marine Corps League, was named in memory of Lance Corporal John J. Van Guysen from Dayton, Massachusetts. Lance Corporal Van Guysen was killed in action on July 5, 2004 in Iraq's Anbar province. The scholarship is our way of saying thank you to the communities for their support of all of our endeavors over all the years. Presenting the scholarship is Mr. Raymond Walsh to Annabelle Piva. The Semper Fidelis Award. This award is to be awarded to a musician in the school band who has shown outstanding leadership and skill, or has shown a great deal of improvement and drive to become not only better as an individual, but for the entire band. This year, the Semper Fidelis Award goes to Nicholas Camara. I didn't know who would The Distinguished Athlete Award is awarded to athletes from the school athletic program who have showed outstanding leadership and skill, or has shown a great deal of improvement and drive to be better not only for themselves, but for their teams. This year's recipients are Rachel Davidson and Christopher Costa.
Thank you.
The last of our United States Marine Corps awards are for Scholastic Excellence Award. This is to be awarded to students from the school who has shown the strive and desire to stand out amongst their peers and focus on their education over all else. This year, we have 2 recipients of the Scholastic Excellence Award, Annabelle Piva and Jeremy Rocha. Helping to present our next awards is Mrs. Shelley Cabral, the president of CHAMPS. The Case High Association of Music Parents of Swansea. Our first is the CHAMPS General Scholarship. The recipients of this award have participated in a minimum of 4 consecutive years, including senior year, in Joseph Case High School music ensembles. We have 3 recipients this evening: Henning Anderson, Abigail Beaudry, and Zachary Miranda. Okay. But I have the Helping me to present the next award are Jared Mello and Peyton Mello. No, Peyton. Just Jared. All right. Is Jared Mello. The Philip Brightman Band Spirit Award. This award has been established by the family of Philip Brightman, former band parent. The recipients of this award must display the readiness to support the music programs and activities, both in and out of school, with the extra time and effort which was so often exhibited by the late Philip Brightman. Presenting this award is his grandson, Jared Mello. We have 3 recipients as well this evening: Henning Anderson, Abigail Beaudry, and Zachary Miranda. I have 3 on it. This is Henry. This is Henry, good. Congratulations. This is Abigail. No, congratulations. Helping me to present our next award is Mrs. Allison Valcourt. The Ernie Hanley Memorial Scholarship Award, given in memory of Ernie Hanley. The recipient of this award is a dedicated musician who has displayed extraordinary character and citizenship. This year, the award will be presented by Mrs. Allison Valcourt, the daughter of Ernie Hanley. This recipient is Henning Anderson. All my little chippities here. Congratulations. Oh, we're gonna just stay up. How are you? Good. No, it's nice to see you again. Okay. The John Philip Sousa Band Award. This award is in recognition of superior musicianship, leadership, loyalty, cooperation, and dedication to the school instrumental program. This year's recipient is Zachary Miranda. The National School Choral Award is in recognition of singular merit, ability, and achievement of outstanding contributions to the success of the school vocal program. This year's recipient, Abigail Beaudry. Awesome. There we go. Nice. The Louis Armstrong Jazz Award is in recognition of outstanding achievements in the field of jazz, as demonstrated through superior musicianship, character, and individual creativity. This year's recipient, Henning Anderson. The Mark Gardner Hoyle Memorial Scholarship is an annual scholarship given in memory of Mark Hoyle, who is a very brave and special young man. The award is given to a senior who has achieved remarkable high school accomplishments. This year we have 2 deserving seniors meeting this criteria. I congratulate this year's recipients, Abigail Beaudry and Madison Medeiros. Top one, the bow, and the kick. We could do the bow and the kick too. Helping me to present our next awards are Mr. Tommy Whalen, who's the director of the high school media program, as well as our cable access director here in Swansea, Mr. Adam Kitchen. Awesome. The new Media Club Scholarship Award is composed, the committee is composed of our media teacher and the Swansea Cable Access Director. This year is awarding 2 scholarships to seniors that demonstrated preparedness, originality, and work ethic in creating media this year. Applicants for this scholarship had to plan, prepare, shoot, and edit a video piece of their own design and showcase their filmmaking talents. We have 3 recipients this year: Devin Belisle, Harsh Patel, and Peter Travis.
Congrats, man. There you go, buddy. Very popular tonight. That's right. The James M. Nee Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship and award is dedicated to the memory of James M. Nee, a UMass Dartmouth professor, theater and film advocate, and former Tweets Film Festival judge. The professor's input played a pivotal role in the development of the film program here at Joseph Case High School. His passion and positivity inspired thousands of students over the years, and his legacy continues to live on in every film made by Joseph Case High School media. Presenting the award is Mr. Tommy Whalen. This year's recipient is Mason Pelletier. The Pieter Smit Memorial Scholarship. The scholarship is sponsored by Youth's Friends Association Incorporated and presented to a senior-based academic standing in the upper quarter of the graduating class, participation in extracurricular school activities, community service, leadership, and financial need. Receiving the Pieter Smit Memorial Scholarship this year is Zachary Barreo. Helping me to present our next scholarship is Renee Fleet, the Katie L. Fleet Memorial Scholarship. Katie Fleet was a 2005 graduate of Joseph Case High School and the Case High School Theater Company. Katie was a hardworking member of the theater company who spent a great deal of time dancing on stage, working backstage, and constructing many, many, many costumes with her mother Renee and her grandmother Alice. Katie was lost in a tragic automobile accident in 2010. The Case High Drama Boosters would like to pay tribute to Katie Fleet with this scholarship in her name. Presenting the scholarship is her mom, Renee Fleet. This year's recipient is Courtney Jacobson.
I welcome to the stage at this time Mr. Thomas Rodricks. This year, the Joseph Case High School Drama Boosters are awarding many scholarships. Helping me to present these is Mr. Thomas Rodricks, the president of the Joseph Case High School Drama Boosters Incorporated. Our first is the Judy Cabral Drama Scholarship. And as Mrs. LaPree will remind us, this stage is named after Judy Cabral, right, Joe? That's right. Judy Cabral was the original founding drama booster. Her dedication and support have helped form the support system that the Joseph Case High School Theater Company has today. The very stage we're on tonight, it would be nice if I read this beforehand, has been dedicated to her memory and for all the support she has given to the theater students. Here's a fun fact. There's a plaque right under that speaker dedicated to Mrs. Cabral. The recipient this year, Abigail Beaudry. The Robert A. Calenda Scholarship for the Humanities. Bob Calenda grew up in Warren, Rhode Island, but spent most of his adult life in New York City, where he ran his own fashion design company and served as wardrobe supervisor for many Broadway shows. His friendship with Mr. Tom Marcello brought about an involvement with the Case High Theater Company, for which he designed and constructed many costumes. This year's recipient of the Robert A. Calenda Scholarship for the Humanities is Gabriella Bello. The William Booker Jr. Memorial Theater Scholarship was established by the Case High Drama Boosters to pay tribute to and remember the 1997 graduate of Joseph Case High School. Billy Booker was active both on stage and with work in technical theater. This year's recipient of the William Booker Jr. Memorial Theater Scholarship is Nathaniel Kigley. Our next Drama Booster Scholarship is the Arthur Marcello Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship was established by the Case High Drama Boosters to pay tribute to and remember the father of our teacher and theater director, Mr. Tom Marcello. Arthur Marcello was a supporter of the Case High School Theater Company who dedicated countless hours assisting in the element of technical theater, specifically sound design. This year's recipient, Jillian Beaupre. The Katie Fleet Memorial Scholarship for Theater Arts is dedicated to the memory of Katie Fleet, a 2005 graduate of Joseph Case High School. During her time at Case, she was an active participant in the Case High Theater Company. This includes the role of dance captain her senior year. This award has been established in her memory by the Fleet family and the Case High School Drama Boosters. This year's recipient is Samantha Rigo. The Thomas A. Marcello Memorial Scholarship for Theater Arts. The Joseph Case High School Drama boosters, with the support of family and friends, have opened a scholarship in the memory of Tom Marcello. Mr. Marcello was the director of the award-winning Case High School Theater Company for the past 40 years, up until his passing in September of 2016. Mr. Marcello was an award-winning director, teacher, mentor, and friend who had a profound impact on generations of students from all walks of life in the town of Swansea, including myself. Tonight's scholarship is awarded with this message: do what is necessary, and then what is possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. The recipient of the Thomas A. Marcello Memorial Scholarship for Theater Arts is Maya Millard. Helping to present our next awards is Sergeant John Souza. The Swansea Police Patrolmen's Association Scholarship. This scholarship is awarded to students pursuing a career in law enforcement, physical education, or social work. We are honored to present 3 scholarships this year. Presenting the award is Sergeant John Souza. These scholarships have been awarded to Zachary Barreo, Samantha Rigo, and Tegan Souza. Helping me to present the next award is Mrs. Josephine Lepre. The Lieutenant Robert Cabral Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is awarded in loving memory of Officer Bob, who was killed by a drunk driver while on duty November 5th, 2005. This scholarship recognizes Bob's commitment to good choices in life, public education, and community service. His presence as a public servant, dare officer, educator, and coach continue to be felt by all who knew and loved him. Presenting this award is Officer Bob's sister, Mrs. Josephine Lepre. This scholarship is awarded this year to Abigail Beaudry. What a wonderful story. Helping to present our next scholarship is Mr. Patrick Travis. The James D. Travis Memorial Fund. This scholarship is awarded to students based on their academic performance, dedication to their future goals, and more importantly, their community involvement. Helping to present this award is the son of Mr. Travis, Mr. Patrick Travis. The recipients this year are Abby DeRozier, Nathaniel Kigley, and Madison Medeiros. The Case Gridiron Scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior who has demonstrated the dedication required to play one of the most demanding of all high school sports. The applicants must have played for a minimum of 2 complete seasons, with at least one of those being at the varsity level. Additionally, applicants must also remain academically eligible to compete in sports for their entire senior year. The recipient of this year's Case Gridiron Scholarship, Christopher Costa II. Should have a nice picture for Mom. No, like not in front of the podium here. Hurry up. Danielle, that's right? We need to do that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Isn't that parents' prerogative to embarrass our children at functions like this? Right. No, okay. The Swansea Fire Department Company number 2 scholarship. The student has been working diligently at attaining firefighter certification through the Massachusetts Call Volunteer Fire Academy. We are all proud of the student's achievements. So this year, the Swansea Fire Department Company number 2 scholarship goes to Abigail Boudry. Here we go. No, it hasn't gotten old yet. Here we go. Here's a scholarship. There we go. Awesome. The 2019 St. Anne's Credit Union Scholarship. St. Anne's Credit Union is proud to present a scholarship to a student for his or her outstanding academic achievement. An award ceremony was held for the recipient and her parents at the Venus de Milo this past March. At this time, we would like to recognize, and please stand, Rachel Davidson. Congratulations. The Madeira Club Scholarship. The Madeira Club are sponsors of the annual Feast of the Blessed Sacrament. The Feast of the Blessed Sacrament is the largest Portuguese feast in the world. The scholarship will be awarded to 55 students in the class of 2019. It is awarded to high school seniors throughout the area and in New England. This student from Joseph Case High School was selected based on academic achievement, extracurricular activity, and community service. This year, the Scholarship Committee for the Madeira Club are pleased to award a scholarship to Olivia Bellany. The Daughters of the American Revolution Good Citizen Scholarship. The Daughters of the American Revolution Good Citizen Program and Scholarship Contest is intended to encourage and reward the qualities of good citizenship. The student selected as the school's Daughter of the American Revolution Good Citizen must have qualities of dependability, service, leadership, and patriotism. This year, the recipient of this prestigious award goes to Courtney Jacobson. Oh, well, no, we can go over there. It's like we're dancing here also. This past fall, we paid honor at our Fall Academic Awards to our John and Abigail Adams Scholarships. The following students are recipients of the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. We have 33 students at Joseph Case High School qualifying for the Adams Scholarship based on their high MCAS scores. The Adams Scholarship is good for 4 years of reduced tuition at most Massachusetts state schools, including any University of Massachusetts campus. So just ask at this time, when I call your name, to please stand. And at the end, we'll give a hearty round of applause for 33 people. Henning Anderson, Kristen Anselmo, Andrew Baptista, Zachary Barreo, Jillian Beaupre, Rylan Costa, Rachel Davidson, Cole Escobar, Jacob Estrella, Elisa Fielhauer, Christopher Ferreira, Kyle Furtado, Nicholas Gerling, Sidney Greenlee, Connor Higson, Courtney Jacobson, Nathaniel Kigley, Cameron McCombs, Liam McKenzie, Madison Medeiros, Cassandra Melker, Zachary Miranda, Ryan Nascimento, Annabelle Paiva, Emily Poitras, Lauren Resendiz, Jeremy Rocha, Jennifer Rodrigues, Rebecca Rodrigues, Lillian Rodriguez Tavares, Catherine Soper, Jamie Travis, and Naya Young. There we go. Hearty applause. Woo, congratulations. Parents, I'll tell you, it's a fine moment when you're paying that UMass tuition bill and you just put in the Xerox copy of the Adams Scholarship, and all the money, lots of money gets taken off. So it's an awesome award here. The Academic Excellence Gold Award is presented to seniors who earn final honor roll status for all 4 years at Joseph Case High School. We're going to ask that you hold your applause to the end. Will the following students please come forward to accept your Gold Award? Kristen Anselmo, Andrew Baptista, Zachary Barreo, Devin Belisle, Samantha Shaput, Rylan Costa, Veronica Costa, Rachel Davidson, Elisa Fieldhauer, Christopher Ferreira, Kyle Furtado, Connor Higson, Nathaniel Kigley, Liam McKenzie, Madison Medeiros, Cassandra Melker, Zachary Miranda, Annabelle Paiva, Lauren Resendiz, Jeremy Rocha, Jennifer Rodrigues, Rebecca Rodrigues, Catherine Soper, Jamie Travis, and Jenna Zhang. Miss Shapper.
Oh, I missed it.
Chris, congratulations. There we go. Kyle, congratulations. Hickson, congratulations. Nathaniel, congratulations. Congratulations. Cassandra, congratulations. Congratulations. Annabelle, congratulations. Such a congratulations. Jennifer, congratulations. Congratulations. Miss Soper, congratulations. And Mr. I'm going to ask back to the stage at this time our Science Department Chair, who will present our next 3 awards, Mr. Peter Brock.
Thank you. Right. Gotcha, thank you. The Boston Law Science Award. Each year, the Boston Law Science Award is given to that member of the junior class who has demonstrated excellence in the sciences. This prestigious award consists of a bronze medal and eligibility for consideration to receive a $30,000 scholarship to the University of Rochester. This year's recipient of the Boston Loam Award is Noah Santos. The next award has 3 recipients, so a single clap will be great. The Society of Women Engineers Boston Section Certificate of Merit. The Society of Women Engineers awards certificates of merit to female scholarships who were nominated by their teachers for excellence in math and science for 3 years or more and are active members of the school and or community. Society of Women Engineers works to empower women to succeed and advance in those aspirations and be recognized for their life-changing contributions and achievements as engineers and leaders. The recipients are Annabelle Paiva, Andrea Rodriguez, and Alyssa Souza. Can they come up?
Let's keep Andrew and Alyssa on stage for next.
And the final science award, the Rensselaer Alumni Award. For more than 70 years, the Rensselaer Polytech Institute has awarded the Rensselaer Medal to promising secondary school students who have distinguished themselves in science and math. This award is presented annually to that junior at Case who has attained excellence in upper-level sciences and math courses. In addition to the medal, this award includes a nomination to a $60,000 scholarship should the winner enroll at RPI. It is my distinct pleasure to announce that this year, the Rensselaer Medal goes to Alyssa Souza.
Okay. Our next award is the prize book of Harvard Alumni. I'm sorry, of Harvard Alumni Association. The prize book of the Harvard Alumni Association is awarded each year by the Harvard Club of New Bedford and Fall River to the highest ranked student in the junior class. The criteria for this award is based on being an outstanding student who displays excellence in scholarship and high character, combined with achievement in other fields. The winner of this award, through their intelligence and variety of achievement, exemplify Harvard's commitment to excellence. This year's Harvard Book Award goes to Andrea Rodriguez. The Brown University Book Award is awarded to a junior who combines excellence in English with those personal qualities which, according to the 1764 Brown Charter, duly qualify the student for discharging the offices of life with usefulness and reputation. It is an honor and privilege to have as this year's sponsor, a 1966 graduate of Joseph Case High School, Dr. Glenn Orton, who now resides in Arcadia, California. This year, our Brown University Book Award also goes to Andrea Rodriguez. I now would like to present my favorite award of all time, the Perfect Attendance Award. Yes, it can be done. This award goes to a senior with perfect attendance during his or her entire high school journey. Some people out here are like, I can't even make it a week. This is 4 years of being to school every day. Let us put our hands together and give the heartiest of congratulations to this year's perfect attendance recipient, Devin Belisle. Mr. Hall has to take our picture. This is very important. The Friends of the Cardinals Award. The Friends of the Cardinals is an athletic booster club for Joseph Case High School. Each year they award a $500 scholarship to students who have been chosen to participate on the committee as student representatives. During their time with us, these student athletes act as liaison between the board and the athletic teams at Joseph Case High School, providing input and ideas from their peers. They also assist in coordinating volunteers for fundraising events as needed. In order to be considered for this scholarship, student athletes must be a Joseph Case High School junior, having earned at least two units of participation in a sport, and also be in good academic standing. The Friends of the Cardinals Award this year goes to Madison Medeiros. Adjutant. Helping me to present our next award is Mr. Donald Silva. The American Legion Medal and Scholarship Award. The scholarship is being awarded by the American Legion Post number 303 of Swansea, consisting of a medal and monetary donation to a high school student who is related to a current paid member of American Legion Post 303. Presenting this award is the adjutant to the American Legion Post 303, Mr. Donald Silva. We have two recipients this year, actually, Henning Anderson and Jillian Beaupre. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Robert Horn, who is the president of the Case High School Scholarship Trust Incorporated.
Good evening, everyone. We can go through the interview process, and many of the committee members are over here on the right-hand side. We only have 3 or 4 minutes to give you some questions. There's some serious questions, like what did you get out of your time at Case High School? What are your plans for the future? Batman versus Superman? It's a tremendous process. This year, we kind of twisted it around a little bit. The young ladies that did the jokes out there tonight, raise your hand if you want. Do you remember your joke? Where did the pen go on vacation? Pennsylvania. And why did the young lady come to work with mascara on? She had a makeup test. Very good. And one final heads up for the class president. I was a Case High School class president in 1972. I did a good job at the welcome speech, but thank you. But I forgot to say welcome. Thank you.
This time we're going to transition to our Joseph Case High School Scholarship Trust Funds Incorporated. The trustees of Case High School Scholarship Trust are pleased to announce the 2019 Student Scholarship Awards. This year, trustees will be awarding over $64,000 to members of the class of 2019. Mr. Robert Horn, who we just heard, our president of the Case High Scholarship Trust, will help me present these scholarships. These scholarships are being awarded to students who have submitted an application and participated in an interview process, and I guess an indication of their sense of humor as well, based on Mr. Horn's speech here. At this time, I'd ask that Rylan Coster and Madison Medeiros please come to the stage. Case High Scholarship Trust Incorporated is honored to receive a generous donation of $2,500 from Bristol Toyota owners, Mr. and Mrs. Edward Veeder Jr., and an additional contribution of $2,500 from Toyota Motor Sales USA. The Toyota Dealer Match Program enables dealer contributions to make a greater impact on the community. Toyota is a strong believer in serving the communities where it does business. These generous grants this year have been awarded to Rylan Coster and Madison Medeiros, and were presented by Mr. Horn. And we are to pause here, I was told, for a picture. Okay, ladies? Right? This is the picture. Right over here, right? And Mr. Horn, I'm sorry. Yes. And Mr. Horn. Nice to meet you. When Pat Cronin says, stand there and take a picture, Mr. McCann, I just listened to her here. Rylan this evening will also receive the Everett and Eva Mendes Memorial Scholarship and the Swansea Insurance Agent Scholarship. Madison Medeiros. Maddie this evening will also receive the Michael H. Flanagan Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. and Mrs. Michael L. Flanagan. The Michael H. Flanagan Memorial Scholarship Fund was established by Michael's family and friends in December 2001 after a long and hard battle with leukemia. A 1996 graduate of Joseph Case High School, Michael was the member of the National Honor Society and an athlete earning varsity letters in baseball, basketball, and football. As a junior in high school, Michael became active in Big Brothers and continued as a Big Brother through college. Michael was a 2001 graduate of Providence College, where he was a 4-year Dean Scholar. Recipients chosen for this award emulate Michael's strong qualities in academics, athletics, and community service. Presenting the annual scholarship are Mr. and Mrs. Michael L. Flanagan, Michael's mother and father, along with to Rylan Costa, who will also be receiving from Mr. Horn the Chief John W. Borden Memorial Scholarship this evening. Jeremy Rocha. Jeremy is the recipient of the Swansea American Legion Post 303 Scholarship, presented by Don Silva, the adjutant to the American Legion Post 303. Jeremy will also be receiving this evening Milton J. Brulard Jr. Memorial Scholarship, the scholarship given in memory of Milton J. Brulard Jr. Jeremy also is awarded the Marvis and Don Lesage Scholarship and the Elmer and Gladys Slater Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Horn. Jeremy Rocha. Presenting our next scholarship is Kaylee Harrington. The Sergeant Kyle J. Harrington Memorial Scholarship this evening goes to Ryan Nascimento. This scholarship is given in memory of Sergeant Kyle Joseph Harrington, by his daughter, Kaylee Harrington. This evening, Ryan will also be awarded the Swansea Garden Club Scholarship and the Jared Pelletier Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Horn. We're all good? Good. Uh-oh. He went down the wrong stairs. Oh, we'll be having a long talk after class tonight now, huh? Kaylee, actually, you're staying up here, dear. We were thrown off went rogue on the stairs, so. The second scholarship, Kaylee, in memory of your dad, it goes to Jennifer Rodricks. Jennifer is also the recipient of the Sergeant Kyle J. Harrington Memorial Scholarship, presented by Sergeant Harrington's daughter, Kaylee. This evening, Jennifer will also be receiving the Joseph Case High School Alumni Association Scholarship and the Edward Hyde Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Horn. Thank you, Kaylee. Who's this?
That's for Jennifer. Jennifer. You can backtrack.
Jennifer, why don't you come up here again? We have another. Awesome. Okay. We're back on track, I promise you. Helping me to present our next scholarship are Anya and Kazian Fergundis. No. Oh, yeah, here we go. The Corporal Paul Fergundis Memorial Scholarship this evening goes to Cameron McCombs. Here we go. Corporal Paul Fergundis was a graduate of Joseph Case High School's class of 1999. This scholarship is established on behalf of his family and the Guardian Relief Fund to continue Paul's legacy of helping others and his perseverance in life. Presenting the scholarship are Paul's son and daughter, his daughter Anya, and his son Kazian Fergundis. Cameron this evening will also receive the St. Dominic's Federal Credit Union Scholarship, the Gray Family Scholarship, and the Greg Wadley Memorial Scholarship presented by Mr. Horn. Cameron McCombs. Helping to present our next scholarships are Kathy McDonough and Barbara Schott. Receiving our next scholarship is Samantha Shappett. Samantha is the recipient of the George J., Audrey A., and Christopher G. Schott Memorial Scholarship. George and Audrey Schott lived in Swansea for more than 57 years, and all four of their children graduated from Joseph Case High School. George Schott was a private businessman and football official for many years and was a member of the Swansea Historical Commission. Audrey Schott was a secretary here at Joseph Case High School for 16 years and later served for several years on the Joseph Case High School Scholarship Committee. Both passed away in 2011, and a scholarship has been created in their memory. Like his three siblings, Christopher Schott was a Joseph Case High School graduate. He was a multimedia journalist, basketball coach, and a founding member of the Swansea Independent Baseball League, known as SIBL. After Chris passed away in 2017, his name was added to the scholarship to honor his many contributions to the youth of this community. Presenting this scholarship are his sisters Kathy and Barbara to Samantha Shappett. Samantha also this evening will receive the Swansea Citizen Scholarship from Mr. Horn. Our next scholarship recipient is Henning Anderson. Henning is the recipient of the Judge Anton S. Aguiar Jr. Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship has been established to honor Judge Anton S. Aguiar Jr., a member of the Joseph Case High School class of 1948. His lifelong commitment to Case High School was exhibited by his involvement in all aspects of student activities and school athletics. Throughout his career, he served as an athlete, scholar, lawyer, judge, soldier, and politician. The student chosen for this award has also exhibited a strong sense of involvement and commitment to Case High School and his community. Henning, in addition to the Judge Anton Aguiar Memorial Scholarship, will also receive the George Aguiar Memorial Scholarship and the Clarence Reed Coop Memorial AARP Scholarship presented by Mr. Horn. Helping me to present our next scholarship is Renee Bernier. The Carolyn A. Sampson Memorial Scholarship has been established by friends of Carolyn Sampson, Case High School class of 1972, to honor her memory and recognize her devotion to the music and drama programs at Joseph Case High School. It is presented to a student who has participated in marching band and/or the drama club. Presenting the scholarship is Renee Bernier to Henning Anderson. Our next scholarship recipient is Kristen Anselmo. Kristen is the recipient of the Helen A. Regan and Dr. Lawrence R. Paulus Memorial Scholarship, given in memory of Helen A. Regan and Dr. Lawrence Regan Paulus. Both Helen and Larry believe that hard work, caring, and dedication can live on forever. This evening, Kristen will also receive the Israel and Ethel C. Brayton Memorial Scholarship, the Gray Family Memorial Scholarship, and the Milton J. Brulot Jr. Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Horn. Helping to present our next scholarship is Mrs. Katie Rose Grillo. Our next scholarship recipient is Andrew Baptista. Andrew is the recipient of the Tom Estes Memorial Scholarship, established in memory of Tom Estes, a graduate of Case High School class of 1974. Tom Estes attended Rhode Island College, where he studied music and education. In honor of his love of music and his desire to educate, the scholarship is presented to a student pursuing an education in music, education, or the arts. Presenting the award is Tom's daughter, Miss Katie Rose Grillo. To Andrew Baptista. Andrew this evening will also receive the Helen W. Bigelow Memorial Scholarship from Mr. Horn. Our next scholarship recipient is Zachary Barreo. Zachary is the recipient of the Jack and Barbara McCarthy Memorial Scholarship. Jack McCarthy served the town of Swansea for over 30 years in the education of its children. As a teacher, coach, school administrator, and finally as the superintendent of schools, Jack always worked passionately towards improving the town's educational system. As the only child of immigrant working parents, Jack recognized the power of education in shaping success later in life. This scholarship proudly carries out the belief and hope that the recipient will use the opportunity of education to make their community a better place. This evening, Zachary will also receive the Sheldon Ashton Memorial Scholarship, the Anthony Raposa Education Trust Scholarship, and the John and George Lockhart Memorial Scholarship, all presented by Mr. Horn. Our next recipient is Stephanie Baxter. Stephanie is the recipient of the Sarah Ashley Rodericks Memorial Scholarship. Sarah Rodericks would have been a 2012 Case High graduate. Her family and friends have established a scholarship to honor her memory and support her love and devotion to young children. This evening, Ms. Baxter will also receive the Miles Gatterman Memorial Scholarship. Helping me present some of our next scholarships are Mrs. Kristen O'Hearn and Miss Kylie Howard. Our next group of awards goes to Abigail Beaudry. Abigail is the recipient of the Joseph Case High School class of 1967 scholarship, presented by the class in recognition of the excellent education provided to us in all graduating classes at Joseph Case High School. It is an honor and privilege to give back to our alma mater and be able to help two students begin their journey on to higher education. Abby, we're just going to stay right there, okay, sweetheart? Okay, very good. Kylie, not yet. Abigail will also be awarded the Elizabeth O'Hearn Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mrs. Kristen O'Hearn. This award is given in memory of Betsy O'Hearn. She was a wonderful wife, mother, and grandmother. The family established this scholarship because Betsy always believed in the gift of giving, and we appreciate the opportunity to carry on this tradition. As well, Abigail is the recipient of the Streamline Realty Group Scholarship, presented by Miss Kylie Howard. As residents, Swansea business owners, and parents of 3 children in the Swansea school system, Streamline Group Realty is proud to be part of the Case High Scholarship Trust organization. It is our desire to support a student seeking a career in the field of special education with a special interest in the field of autism. Abigail Beaudry. And we're going to go right over here. Congratulations. Helping to present our next scholarship is Mr. Greg Clark. The next scholarship will go to Jillian Beaupre. Jillian is the recipient of the Jeff Clark Memorial Scholarship. Jeffrey W. Clark, a member of the class of 1971, was an avid sports fan, matched only by his love for and pride in his two daughters. A college graduate, Jeff recognized the importance of education. He supported both daughters in their nursing and education careers. His family wants to pass on this by awarding a scholarship in his memory. Presenting the scholarship to Jillian is Mr. Greg Clark, Jeff's brother. This evening, Jillian will also receive the Chief Russell P. Eddy Memorial Scholarship and the Captain Allen Wild Memorial Scholarship presented by Mr. Horn. Our next recipient is Gabriella Bello. Gabriella is the recipient of the Dr. Henry and Grace Lincoln Scholarship, the Frank Pies Memorial Scholarship, and the Norma Rizzi Scholarship. These scholarships are presented this evening to Gabriella by Mr. Horn. Our next recipient is Miss Chloe Bebo. Oh, she did. Oh. Okay. Well, we'll just talk about it then. Chloe's the recipient of the Kenneth D. and Rhonda A. Furtado Scholarship. It was established to recognize the achievements of the award recipient, Mr. and Mrs. Furtado, case graduates, class of 1975. They wish to commend the dedication of those who provide quality educational experiences that continually and profoundly impact the lives of so many students. This evening, Chloe will also receive the Paul F. Ameren Memorial Scholarship. And we hope she feels better, right? Our next recipient is Michaela Bushel. Helping to present the scholarship to Michaela is Mrs. Patricia Chapman and Mrs. Maureen Bushel. We're just going to stay there, okay? This evening, Michaela is the recipient of first the Henry Chapman Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship has been established to honor and perpetuate the memory of Henry Chapman, a member of the Case High School class of 1970. Mr. Chapman believed strongly in the power of education and the importance of giving back to the community. Hank will also be remembered as a Case High School physical education teacher, counselor, and cross-country coach. Presenting the scholarship is Mr. Chapman's wife, Mrs. Patricia Chapman. This evening, Michaela will also be awarded by Mrs. Maureen Griffin Bushel, Michaela's grandmother, the James W. and Ann M. Griffin Memorial Scholarship. Michaela is the great-granddaughter of Mr. and Mrs. Griffin. Mr. Horn will also be presenting to Michaela the Horace C. Coates Memorial Scholarship. Helping me to present the next award is my mother, Miss Judy McCann. The recipient of the John McCann Memorial Scholarship this year is to Christopher Costa. When my dad passed away 2 years ago, after a long battle with Parkinson's, my family wished to establish a Case High Scholarship to honor his legacy. Jack McCann was a humble man who unconditionally loved his family, loved his sports, and loved Baker's Beach down at Horseneck. A former teacher, he spent most of his career as a probation officer, high school basketball official, and Army Reserve soldier. Proudly, my mom and dad sent 4 children through Swansea Public Schools. Each child has a master's degree because of the foundation they received here at Joseph Case High School. Helping to present Christopher's Scholarship this evening is my mom, Judy. There we go, Mom. We're going to stand for a picture. Danielle, we're going to stand up. Take a picture for me. And Mrs. Cox is going to take a picture. No, there we go. There we go, okay. Hold on there. This evening, Christopher will also receive the Roger L. and Jeanette G. Gibo Memorial Scholarship, established to honor and perpetuate the memory of a lifelong volunteer to the children of Swansea. Mr. Gibo recognized the importance of helping people so that dreams could be fulfilled. Christopher also is awarded the Mary and Joseph Santos Memorial Scholarship this evening, both presented by Mr. Horn. Congratulations, Chris. Our next scholarship recipient is Rachel Davidson. Helping to present this scholarship is Mrs. Kristen O'Hearn. This evening, Rachel is the recipient of many scholarships. The first is the Elizabeth O'Hearn Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mrs. Kristen O'Hearn. Rachel will also be awarded the Luca Sabra Do the Right Thing Award, presented to a student in the top 20 who is planning to study in a health-related or science field and shows evidence of service to her community. Rachel is also the recipient of the Lottie Terensky Memorial Scholarship. Lottie Terensky was a strong supporter of education. Having never graduated from high school, she still understood the value of an education. She supported her daughter and granddaughter's pursuit of a college degree, and now in her memory, she supports you. Lottie Terensky was Mrs. Luca's mother, by the way. This evening, Rachel will also receive the Leslie Giroux Memorial Scholarship and the John S. Davis Memorial Scholarship. Rachel Davidson. Our next scholarship recipient is Abigail Damaris. Abigail is the recipient of the Helen Martelli Art Scholarship. The scholarship was established by family and friends in honor of Helen's lifelong appreciation of art and her own creative works. Helen would also like to help a student further his or her own artistic talent and education. This evening, Abigail will also receive the Irene Story Miles Memorial Scholarship and the Gray Family Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Horn. Abby DeRozier. This evening, Abby is the recipient of the Faye Cretion Memorial Scholarship, the Alfred J. Gadbois Memorial Scholarship, and the James M. and Catherine C. Reynolds Memorial Scholarship, all presented by Mr. Horn. Our next recipient is Elisa Fielhauer. Elisa is the recipient of the Paul F. Ameren Memorial Scholarship and the John W. Place Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Horn. Our next scholarship recipient is Kyle Furtado. Kyle is the recipient of the John V. Medeiros Memorial Scholarship. John V. Medeiros was a man who believed strongly in education and lifelong learning. He also recognized the importance of helping other people pursue and further their education. It is in this spirit that the John V. Medeiros Memorial Scholarship is given. This evening, from Mr. Horn, Kyle will also receive the Bay Coast Bank Scholarship. Kyle Furtado. Our next scholarship recipient is Dorian Grant. Dorian, as well, is the recipient of the Jeff Clark Memorial Scholarship, presented this evening by Jeff's brother, Mr. Greg Clark. Our next scholarship recipient, Courtney Jacobson. Courtney is receiving 2 scholarships this evening from Mr. Horn. Courtney is awarded the Swansea Citizen Scholarship. And Courtney is the recipient of the Joseph Case High School Faculty and Staff Scholarship, which is funded each year from our dress down days. The last Friday of every month, we collect money from the staff and we send it over to the Scholarship Trust Fund, and we give a nice scholarship each year to a deserving senior. So Courtney Jacobson, congratulations. Our next recipient is Jenna Kearney. Jenna is the recipient of the Lillian Allen and Gary Marks Memorial Scholarship, along with the Charles E. and Marion B. Walkden Memorial Scholarship, and the D.J. Sullivan Scholarship Fund, all awarded by Mr. Horn. Please welcome to the stage Nathaniel Kigley. Nathaniel is a recipient of the Frank C. and Alice R. Chase Memorial Scholarship, the Kenneth J. Compton M.D. Memorial Scholarship, and the James Morgan Penzick Memorial Scholarship, all presented by Mr. Horn. Our next recipient is Allison McCracken. Allison is the recipient of the Francis L. Senior and Harriet L. Kelly Memorial Scholarship. Harriet and Francis Kelly loved Swansea and Joseph Case High School. They valued education and believed in helping people achieve their dreams. The scholarship is awarded in their memory. As well, this evening, Allison is receiving the Joseph L. French VFW Award and the Gray Family Memorial Scholarship from Mr. Horn. Sarah McNulty. Sarah is the recipient of the Joseph Case High School Class of 1967 Scholarship. She will also be awarded the Sharon Kimball Memorial Scholarship, both presented by Mr. Horn. To help me present our next award is Mrs. Melanie DeMoranville. The Horace A. and Edith L. Pelletier Memorial Scholarship this year goes to Maya Millard. Maya is the recipient of the Horace A. and Edith L. Pelletier Memorial Scholarship. Horace and Edith felt that their whole family benefited from the education that their 5 children, several grandchildren, and great-grandchildren gained and are still gaining through the excellent opportunities provided them by Swansea Public Schools. They both felt that the scholarship fund, which they established and has grown through the generosity of family and friends, is an appropriate way of showing their appreciation. Presenting this scholarship is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Pelletier, Mrs. Melanie Pelletier DeMoranville. This evening, Maya will also receive the Milton A. and Eliza L. Westgate Memorial Scholarship, the Ruth E. Gildod Memorial Scholarship, and my favorite scholarship to say, the Four Hands Round Square Dance Club, Thomas F. and Anna Mae Daly Memorial Scholarship. What's the last time you can use square dance in a sentence? Our next recipient is Zachary Miranda. Zachary is the recipient of the Gertrude W. Braley Memorial Scholarship and the Swansea Insurance Agent Scholarships, both presented by Mr. Horn. Helping me to present our next scholarship is Mrs. Karen Fisher. The Jack Fisher Memorial Scholarship is presented this year to Annabelle Paiva. A lifelong learner, Jack Fisher had a passion for education. He started his engineering career at NASA after graduating from Penn Tech. During a 25 career at Honeywell, he built an impressive record of accomplishments. As a side interest, Jack developed a line of underwater metal detectors as a home business. It quickly grew into a worldwide manufacturing firm that is renowned for its underwater search equipment at www.wfishers.com. Education was astronomical to Jack. Jack felt everyone had the ability to strengthen their mind and contribute a part of their knowledge to help themselves and others. Presenting the scholarship is Jack's wife, our Director of Guidance, Mrs. Karen Fisher. Mrs. O'Hearn will also be presenting a scholarship to Annabelle this evening, the Nancy Gunther Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is in memory of Nancy Gunther, who is an avid reader and supporter of education. Although Nancy was not a graduate of Joseph Case High School, her husband Richard and their two daughters, Amy and Sarah, were graduates. They also appreciate the value of higher education. This award is presented by Mrs. Kristen O'Hearn. This evening also, Annabelle will be receiving the Chief Russell P. Eddy Memorial Scholarship presented by Mr. Horn. Helping me to present our next scholarship is Kenneth Baker. The Kenneth E. Baker Memorial Scholarship this year will go to Lauren Resendiz. Lauren is the recipient of the Kenneth E. Baker Memorial Scholarship, presented in memory of Kenneth E. Baker. It is presented to a dedicated and determined female athlete. Lauren has earned the respect and admiration of her coaches and her teammates. Presenting this scholarship is Mrs. O'Hearn in lieu of Mr. Baker. Lauren also this evening will receive the Bay Coast Bank Scholarship presented by Mr. Horn. Our next recipient is Rebecca Rodericks. Rebecca is the recipient of the Gertrude W. Braley Memorial Scholarship, the James E. Conroy Memorial Scholarship, and the Norman and Eleanor P. Smith Memorial Scholarship presented by Mr. Horn. Helping me present the next award is Ms. Elizabeth Keatley. To Casey Santerre. Casey is the recipient of the Robert K. Keatley Memorial Scholarship. The scholarship has been established to honor the memory of Robert K. Keatley, a graduate of the Case High class of 1970. Bob was a Swansea businessman and a longtime supporter of the Swansea Public Schools. Presenting the scholarship is his sister, Miss Elizabeth Keatley, to Casey Santerre. This evening, Casey will also receive the Paul F. Ameren Memorial Scholarship and the Chief John W. Borden Memorial Scholarship presented by Mr. Horn. Our next recipient is Catherine Soper. Catherine is the recipient of the Jean and Penny Busher Scholarship, as well as the Leo J.F. Donovan Memorial Scholarship presented by Mr. Horn. Our next recipient is Lillian Rodriguez Tavares. Lillian is the recipient of the Joseph L. French GTE Memorial Scholarship and the Helen W. Bigelow Memorial Scholarship, both presented by Mr. Horn. Our next recipient is Dylan Tibitot. Dylan is the recipient of the Jerry Moran Memorial Scholarship. Jerry Moran always believed that a business degree is a good foundation for achieving one's goals. This evening, for Mr. Horn, Dylan will also be awarded the Paul F. Ameren Memorial Scholarship, as well as the Swansea Little League Scholarship. Helping to present our final trust scholarships of the evening is Mrs. Kristen O'Hearn to Jamie Travis. Jamie is the recipient of the Dr. Lawrence R. Paulus Memorial Scholarship. This award is presented in memory of Dr. Lawrence R. Paulus, a Case High School graduate and social studies educator for 36 years. Mr. Paulus was a true supporter and advocate of his students in the classroom, on the sports field, and at art events. The intent of this scholarship is to honor and assist a student who has demonstrated integrity, both personally and scholastically. This evening, Jamie will also receive from Mr. Horn the Chief John W. Borden Memorial Scholarship, and from Mrs. O'Hearn the Nancy Gunther Memorial Scholarship. At this time, I'd like to spotlight the National Honor Society. Election to the membership in Kappa Tau, Joseph Case High School's chapter of the National Honor Society, represents significant quantities of effort and accomplishment. The prestige of this society is based on its high standard of student aspiration. Its existence provides ongoing inspiration for constant academic achievement and service to the school. Members of the 2019 Kappa Tau chapter, we have 41 students this year. Please stand as your name is called, and let's hold our applause to the end here. Henning Anderson, Kristen Anselmo, Zachary Barreo, Abigail Beaudry, Jillian Beaupre, Gabriella Bello, Chloe Bebo, Michaela Bushel, Ashley Cavallo, Samuel Chase, Samantha Shaput, Christopher Costa II, Rylan Costa, Veronica Costa, Rachel Davidson, Abigail Damaris, Cole Escobar, Jacob Estrella, Elisa Fielhauer, Christopher Ferreira, Kyle Furtado, Courtney Jacobson, Nathaniel Kigley, Cameron McCombs, Madison Medeiros, Cassandra Melka, Maya Millard, Zachary Miranda, Ryan Nascimento, Annabelle Paiva, Holly Paquette, Lauren Resendiz, Sam Rigo, Jeremy Rocha, Jennifer Rodricks, Rebecca Rodricks, Gina Rounds, Casey Santerre, Catherine Soper, Jamie Travis, and Jenna Zhang. The 2019 National Merit Scholarship Program has identified a commended student in part of the Joseph Case High School class of 2019. A commended student is recognized for their exceptional academic promise on the 2017 PSAT National Merit Scholarship qualifying test. The recipient of the 2019 National Merit Scholarship is Zachary Miranda. At this time, I would like to announce the top 10 students of the Joseph Case High School class of 2019. The following are the top 10 students listed in alphabetical order. Please stand as your name is called. Rylan Costa, Rachel Davidson, Christopher Ferreira, Kyle Furtado, Nathaniel Kigley, Madison Medeiros, Zachary Miranda, Annabelle Paiva, Jennifer Rodricks, Rebecca Rodricks. Congratulations to the top 10 of Joseph Case High School 2019. Our Salutatorians Award is presented to the student ranking the second highest in the class. This year's salutatorian is Madison Medeiros. It is my honor to present the valedictorian of the class of 2019. This distinction is given to the student attaining the highest scholastic rank in the class. This year, our class valedictorian is Rylan Costa. At this time, I'm going to call to the stage a member of our yearbook staff, Mr. Zachary Barreo, who will talk about this year's yearbook dedication.
Hello, everyone. It is my honor to be the representative of the yearbook staff to read the dedication to Mr. Charles Shaker. On behalf of the class of 2019, we are honored to dedicate this yearbook to the White Lightning himself, Mr. Charles Shaker. After his unannounced retirement last year, we wanted to recognize and show appreciation for the man, the myth, the legend, and for the later half of his career, movie star. Mr. Shaker started teaching at Case in 1982 and served on the high school staff for an amazing 36 years, one of our longest serving teachers ever. We were truly fortunate to be one of the last classes to enjoy Mr. Shaker's presence, and we all know that the technology wing will never be the same without him. Thank you for teaching us Java programming and other valuable life lessons, courtesy of the great Father Wolf and the late John Kennedy. Even though your twin brother Selrock was in running for this dedication, we chose you. Keep living it up with John O'Hurley, and rest in peace, Mary Duncavage. The Joseph Case High School community hopes you are having a wonderful retirement. Thank you, Mr. Charles Shaker.
Before we have our formal recessional here, I just want to thank a few people who have helped tremendously to put together this evening. Sammy Hubbard and her music students, Neil Geronimo, who has helped with the stage and the lighting on this, Chris Costa, Adam Kitchen from Swansea Cable Access, our senior class advisors, Sarah Cookson and Rebecca Hall, Mrs. Bushel and the members of the Scholarship Trust Committee here, working backstage here, our support staff in the front office, Sharon Belanger and Pauline Simmons. Most of all, Karen Fisher and Mrs. Cronin do so much to put this event together, and they really begin planning it in January. Parents, I want to let you know I have instructed your children to take as many pictures as you want them to take in the next couple days, okay? So there shouldn't be any complaints. It gives me great honor to conclude tonight's class night at Joseph Case High School. The evening does conclude with a formal recessional this year called Recessional by Charlie Hill. At this time, I'm going to ask seniors to rise and recess. Have a great evening, everyone.